All right. Well, thank you for having me on. I'm here with Mr. Scott Gunnagle, who is a Kansas City resident. I personally am in Ohio, and much to what Dr. Cooper is doing, we're attempting to change healthcare. We're doing it in a different way. So MediView is a Cleveland-based startup, or Cleveland originated. The technology was born out of the Cleveland Clinic after the loss of a clinician due to radiation exposure, and they started looking at advanced visualization within surgical navigation. So although the company was spawned out of Ohio, we've taken our first product all the way through the FDA process and have strategically chosen to launch in the Kansas City area. And so far, we have had no disappointment. The thought leaders from University of Kansas Medical Center have been extraordinary to work with. And the ask at the end of this is to meet more people and put our technology in front of more. So we deliver everything you would expect from a startup. We're versatile, we're agile, we're creative, but we are propped up by industry giants. MediView is a collaboration with Microsoft as well. And we utilize the newest trends in augmented reality and spatial computing to solve a very complex problem. And what you're seeing here, this picture, is Dr. Charles Martin. He's one of the key thought leaders on the technology, and he is a wonderful person, great physician, does everything right for his patients. But everything you see about that picture is wrong. The fact that he's turning his head to the side, doing complex gymnastics in his head to take complex three-dimensional anatomy, convert it to black and white 2D, and then transport a plan back to the patient. We've created a better mousetrap to solve that problem. And when you're in this clinical environment, there is no way to collaborate seamlessly within the OR or those care centers. So the technology we've created is very visual. So I'm going to play a video for you. But what you see on that person's head is what's called the Microsoft HoloLens. And you can think of this as a high-powered laptop and a high-powered Xbox that can be worn on the user's head. Now, they still see everything in the room as if they normally would. Rather, the content is digitally inserted into their real-world environment. On top of that, this is the first medical device to have the Microsoft Teams platform embedded within it. So now you could say, call Dr. Cooper, and the headset will reach out and call her on her smartphone or on her tablet, and now you can coordinate with a clinician in real time. We're not patient to patient. We are really meant to deliver healthcare in a meaningful way, streaming the imaging. So not only do you have things like enhanced ergonomics where you can place the screen directly in front of you, but a clinician that is remote can actually guide a needle at the patient bedside. So when we talk about how we deliver care to rural and underserved communities, we do this by increasing capacity. The only alternative to our product is to put physicians in those locations. Now we can take a practitioner that's a physician assistant, somebody who is maybe disciplined in a very specific medical subspecialty, and we can bring the other subspecialties to that patient bedside in real time in a way never before possible. What you're seeing here is the ability for a remote clinician to change the angle of a needle going in for an interventional ultrasound guided procedure. And as we all know, the cheapest imaging available today is ultrasound. It's becoming the new stethoscope. So we've chosen to launch this in Kansas City, partnered with Microsoft, and we've identified a few different ways we could affect this COVID care paradigm. Enhanced telemedicine is one way. Proctoring a nurse practitioner or a physician assistant to work at the top of their license would be really fascinating. But extending that healthcare capacity, how do you take a physician that's in high demand and put them in two places at the same time? We can find some real efficiencies within healthcare by utilizing the streaming technology and making it all hands-free, where somebody under sterile technique can do more in augmented reality. And I have, that's a very abbreviated pitch, but our ask is really to meet everyone. We're coming to the area, we're new, Scott's made a lot of introductions, but we want to meet the innovators and the early adopters. We made the decision as a company to launch a technology very quickly And what we did is we made it safe and effective, but we want clinicians to tell us how to improve it. And we think that Kansas City is the right incubator for that.
John, thank you. I love our first two presentations are off exactly time perfect. You did a great job. A fascinating product. Does anybody have any questions for John?
Are you originally from Kansas City?
I am not. I was born in Ohio, so was Scott. That's part of the reason we met. Scott lives on in Kansas City though currently.
Yeah. Well, Scott's been in Kansas City for quite a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
25 years.
25 years.